Hello, I'm David Simmons, and we're going to show you how to cast your feet today. This is what we want to come out with, is a casting like this. So what we supply is the plaster wrap, the gauze material that has plaster embedded into it, and a little aluminum strip. This aluminum strip is so when you cut the plaster off the top of your foot, that you just don't cut your feet. So we've supplied plaster, aluminum strips. And what you need to get is a razor blade, Vaseline, paper towels, and some water. Now also, you can use a piece of foam that you could go to the hardware store and buy, or just get a bathroom towel. 4 feet wide or so, and we're going to fold it up no wrinkles in it, so that it's about 1.5 inches thick. That's what I'm going to rest my foot on when I cast my foot. So on top of that, I don't want the plaster to stick to the towel, so I'll just put a piece of paper towel down. So first thing you need to do is get Vaseline on your foot. The Vaseline is just so that the plaster doesn't stick and comes off a little easier. And it's really, you want to get that Vaseline everywhere, but especially on the back of your foot, because that's where it really wants to hook on and not come off. Now I'm going to wipe the excess Vaseline off my gloves because I don't want it to mix into the plaster. So just open this up, get about 3 or 4 inches of that tail sticking out, and you're going to put it in this lukewarm water. The hotter the water, the faster it's going to set. So if you've never done it before, then maybe use cool water or cold. Then it'll take maybe 5 minutes to set up, give you a little extra time to mess with it. So the little tail is sticking out like this. I'm going to dip it in the water, and I'm going to count to 3, pull it out, and I'm only going to squeeze it 1 time. This is important. If you get in there and you wash all the plaster out of the gauze, then it won't never set up. So watch careful right here. I just dip it in. 1, 2, 3. I pull it out, I squeeze it 1 time. Grab the aluminum strip. This is tricky by yourself, but you can do it. Hold it right in the center. I usually start right in the middle of the foot, in the arch, just to get the aluminum strip to stay there where I want it. Start wrapping it around. Normally I go to the back first, but as long as you're covering your foot, that's all that counts. You're just wrapping it up like a mummy. So there's about 3 wraps right through here. I'm moving more to the front now. There's the tip of that where it's bent up on the front. I got the front covered, I got a little extra left, so I'm going to put it around the back some. Massage it in. It's a real creamy feel. If you feel any big lumps or anything, then try to get them off at the bottom and move them around to the top. I think I got my toes all covered. It would help if I had some help, but I just wanted to show you I could do it by myself. I take the top, I push this down, and that makes it a lot thicker instead of being real thin. Right to about the middle of my ankle. So I know it's a bike shoe, so that's fine. All right, you're going to set it down on the towel. You're going to get your knee right above your toe. I look right straight down. I see the tip of my knee and I see the tip of my toe. I got my elbows right here. I'm pretty comfortable. So I'll put that piece of foam right there. Now I'm more level. And what it's going to do, I'm kind of wiggling around a little bit. Feels very comfortable. That's all you're looking for is comfort. Sometimes I'll massage this in, but it's setting up really fast, so I don't have time to massage it in. And that aluminum strip is right here. I can feel it right there. So I want to start to cut right up through the center. I want to cut it before it gets really hard, because I don't want to have to force to cut it and then maybe actually cut myself or a customer. Now that I got it cut, I just want to get this out. This plaster is still pretty soft. I still have some strings that I haven't cut right there. Make sure you get every little string cut. Pull it apart, get the aluminum strip out of there, push it back to where it needs to be. Okay, my knee's back over the top of my toe. I feel real comfortable. And let me turn to the side so you can see the angle that I'm talking about. So the knee goes right over the top of the toe. See this angle here? Okay. Now, after 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to get up pretty hard. It's going to start setting up hard. You can hear it's starting to get hard. But I feel it. Everything that I do, I go by feel anyway. So I'm pushing it around. This is an exact copy of my foot. The reason why we're using something soft on the bottom is because I want the bottom of your foot to have the contour just like a footprint in the sand. Now if I casted my foot over here on the concrete, that would make a very uncomfortable shoe, and it's like standing on concrete with bare feet all day. Your feet go numb, they're sore and everything. So with this, we're going to make an exact copy of your foot. And the foam or the towel, either one you want to use, will give me that bottom. When I pull it off, I'll show you the bottom of the shoe. So it's hard, and what I'm going to do is I got to get it off of there now without distorting it too bad. So I'm going to lift it up, pull this paper towel off there, get it out of the way, and I'm going to take my thumbs and separate the plaster right there in the center. I'm not wiggling my toes, I'm not doing anything. I'm just opening this up. I'm going to grab the heel and the top of the foot and just real lightly, gently start pulling it out. And I kind of give it a little twist just so I get it out of there. Now it's opened up, just put your thumbs, shut it back down. The heel's opened up just a little bit, so you just kind of give it a little bit of squeeze, it'll go right back to the shape that it needs to be. This is not complicated to do, and I've done it so many times, it's really simple to me, but if you've never done it, you need to practice a little bit. And you could practice with a gauze material, a dry gauze, and just wrap up your foot and just kind of get like a dry run. And so what it does, though, if you can see, it captures the roundness of all of your feet. This is your natural foot. Now if I casted it flat on the floor, it'd be flat, and that's not what we want. So what you do is you let this set for a day, maybe put a fan in front of it, make sure it gets really hard. And of course you got to do both feet. I have to have both feet. And so after it gets really hard, after a day, you get a box, put some newspapers in it, wad it up, the newspapers, kind of set it in there, and then really cushion it nicely, because if you're going to ship it to me, you know, it could get crushed or anything like that. So maybe double box it if you have to. It's usually not a problem, but sometimes, you know, you never know what's going to happen. From there, what I do is I make a custom shoe off of this. So this is, I pour the plaster in there, I peel this plaster away, this outside gauze, and then I have an exact mold of your foot, and I make the exact custom right off of this shoe. And that's all there is to it.